welcome to Trivia Thursdays, where I tell you 10 weird facts about a subject you didn't know you were interested in. Today's subject is Disneyland. Number 10, it is a somewhat popular request for people who are dying to beg their loved ones to scatter their ashes on the Haunted Mansion ride at Disneyland. There have been multiple accounts of people being caught scattering their loved ones' ashes on the ride, and then Disney has to shut down the ride. So if you're ever like at Disneyland and the Haunted Mansion ride isn't working, I'm just saying maybe it's because they've got like cleanup of somebody's grandfather going on. Number 9, the Matterhorn is actually classified as a gym for tax reasons. There is a basketball court inside there which was supposed to be for employees, but currently is just used for storage. Number 8, in July of 1974, Disneyland cast member Deborah Stone was the first Disney employee to die in the line of duty. She was a greeter on the now defunct America Sings ride, and while she was testing the ride, she was crushed to death between a stationary wall and a moving wall, and her body was not found until the next day. The happiest place on earth, I'm telling ya. Number 7, Walt Disney prohibited anyone from ever dying inside of Disneyland. What he did is if somebody were to bite it on a ride, their body would be spirited away in the cast tunnels beneath Disneyland out onto Harbor Boulevard, and then they would be pronounced dead there. Which brings me to number 6. In 1967, when the Pirates of the Caribbean ride opened, they did not yet have good enough technology to produce real-looking skeletons, so instead they just went to the UCLA Medical Center and got a bunch of actual human skeletons and put those inside of the Pirates of the Caribbean ride until technology was good enough, and then they could just very quietly send those like bodies that had been meant for science back to their homelands for proper burial. Number 5, up until 2001, Disneyland cast members were not allowed to wear their own underwear when in costume for fear that they would get visible wedgies. I know! So they had to wear communal underwear. When they got to Disney in the morning, a pair of Disney underpants was issued to them, and then they had to turn it in when they left. And then the next day they just got another mystery pair of Disney communal underpants, which is just so weird. Number 4, it got so bad with like junk flashing on Splash Mountain that Disney had to hire people whose sole jobs were to police the photos to find the naughty ones, so that when you get out of the ride, if you ever see on the screen where it says photo not available, somebody totally flashed their nip in that one, man. I'm not even kidding you, there was a nip in that photo. Number 3, Disney has a whole host of feral cats that wander the theme park, usually at night, and they try and stay away from people, and they just eat all of the mice so that there aren't any mice at Disneyland. Number 2, when you enter Disneyland and walk through Main Street, USA, the buildings are actually designed so that the upper stories are progressively smaller and on a tilt, so that when you're walking into Disneyland, it looks like it's a very short distance, and when you're leaving, though, it looks like it stretches on a lot longer than it really does. So thank you, Disneyland, for the optical illusion that when I am exhausted from a day at Disney and all I want to do is trudge home, thank you for making it look like it's further away to get home than it actually is. And the number 1 fact is that Tom Sawyer's Island at Disneyland is actually in the state of Missouri. It's true, Walt Disney annexed it to Missouri, and that's why there aren't any concessions or anything sold on Tom Sawyer's Island, because they would have to charge a different state tax and it would be a huge mess. So anyway, if you were to commit a crime on Tom Sawyer's Island, it would actually be a federal offense because you would have had to cross state lines to commit the crime. What? Disneyland? A piece of Missouri is inside of you? Let me know in the comments your favorite weird piece of Disney trivia, and I'm about to get on a flight to Playlist Live, so if you see me there, say hey, and otherwise I will see you guys on Monday in another video. Alright, bye!